Hi everyone, it's Jess, aka Colouring Bumblebee, and I'm back today with another video for you. Today I am sharing with you a video that I have been looking forward to making ever since I first saw someone do their own version of this video. That person was the lovely Shelley from Shell's Colouring Journey over on YouTube. And she did a video where she used a random number generator wheel and randomised a number which corresponded to a colouring book from her collection, and she used that to help decide what pages to colour for the autumnal season. I've adapted it slightly for myself as I love this idea so much. I'd love to do it each month to help me select my books. So in this video I am doing it to help me plan what I want to colour for the month of October. This isn't necessarily everything I will be colouring, but it's more of a suggestion, a guide, a frame to work with, inspiration, just a selection of books that will help me maybe touch some that I haven't touched already, ones that I haven't coloured in a while, ones that I wouldn't usually pick out. I think this is a great way of getting to more books in your collection in a fun, exciting way as well. So I have this little notebook here with this 3D effect cat that I just had in my possession already, and I've written out all the names of all my colouring books. I've actually destashed 5, so my total colouring books at the moment is 162, with the latest one being Any Day Winter Tales. So I have this ready to refer to, and I am using a website on my iPad called commentpicker.com, and it has the option of using spinning names or a wheel of names, and I thought that the spinning names would be more pleasant to view on camera, as 162 numbers is quite a lot to be spinning in a wheel. So I am just going to get straight away started. Oh, the only other thing I have are some page flags to put into the books so I can tag some ones that I might like to colour. So I'm going to start with the first number generated, and that is 58. So if we go back to this book, number 58 is Spooky by Sarah Shevchik. So I'll just go grab that. Here we go, Spooky by Sarah Shevchik. I love this book. Christina from Christina's Art Corner is doing this as a full book colour along, and I have coloured a few pages in it as part of her colour along. I have done the witch cat brewing a gross looking potion here in the cauldron, this dragon pet friend with some test tubes, and the cat, witch and hippogriff having a picnic together. And those are the only ones I've coloured so far. I have put some notes for when Christina picked them, but I think this was March or April, or it was quite a while ago. This is the last page that I flagged in my book to colour. I used it with this colour palette. I have picked out a few colours from my Black Widows to have a limited cohesive palette throughout the whole book. I thought would be a fun challenge for this one. So I'm going to go through and see what sparks. Oh yeah, I've done these two little things at the front as well. See what sparks my fancy, because I won't know what page she's picked as I'm filming this a bit ahead. I do like that one. That gives me more sort of springy, summery vibes. really glad the wheel picked this, as it's one that I haven't coloured in for quite some time, but I've been itching to get back to it. Maybe this one with the mushrooms. I'm going to flag that. I think this is the one that she's picked for September, so I'm going to flag that as well. So it would be fun to kind of catch up in a way. This is such a fun book. I love it so much. Oh, I do like this fox one. And the mischief potion. I'll save that though. Yeah, it's just with all the buddy colours I've been having the past few months, I just haven't had the time to do group buddy colours in a while. I love this one, but I kind of feel like a simpler one. So I flagged 3 pages as potentials. The fox in the jar, this cat and axolotl in the jar, which was a September page, and this one with the mushrooms. So that is Spooky by Sarah Shevchik, the first book randomised. Bringing the randomiser back up, I am going to choose a new number. And we have 89. So 89 is Alice in Wonderland special. This is a Colouring Heaven book. I will grab that. So here is Colouring Heaven Alice in Wonderland special. I do have a whip in this book, and this is the perfect example of the random number picker. This isn't one that I would pick out on my own accord, so it'll be interesting to see if anything inspires me from this one. I have got my eye out for autumnal or Halloweeny themed pages, as it is October. I don't necessarily want to force myself to colour. So here's my whip. Don't necessarily want to force myself to colour something if I'm not necessarily feeling it. Oh, I love this with the mushrooms and Dinah the cat. I will flag this. This might look lovely with an autumnal colour palette. Yeah, that's the only one that's jumping out at me really. This gives me more spring, summer vibes and autumn vibes. So I'll move that to the side. I'm not sure if I will colour in this one, but it's an option. Coming back to the number picker, we have 162. Wow, so that is my newest colouring book, which is Annie Day Winter Tales. Now I am going to veto this book because I would like to colour it in the winter season. I'm not in the mood to colour any winter pages right now, so I'm going to spin again. And I've got number 10, one of my early colouring books. And that is Enchanted Forest. That is a good pick. That is a good pick. Here we go. And the reason I say that this is a good pick is because I was colouring this book in order. So I started with the title page, and as you can see, I've enjoyed using autumnal colours for this book. And I got as far as this page, this owl page, which I just hated how it turned out. Looking at it now, it's not actually as bad as I remember it being when I abandoned this book. So maybe I will come back and finish this and just, I'm thinking maybe just black in the background and calling it a day. I'm not sure if I will want to colour the squirrel or if I might move on to the next double page spread, but one of these might be nice, or even to go later on in the book and see if anything else catches my eye. I do like the idea of doing a book from front to back, just as a nice challenge. I don't do that very often. I love these pages. But yeah, maybe the squirrel would be fun with a nice autumnal colour palette. My initial idea with these 2 pages was to have cool colours versus warm colours, and I was going to accent this one with silver and this one with gold, but I don't like this silver ring. It looks very streaky and patchy. I used a cheap silver paint pen for it and I think that just ruined the effect. It's also one of my older colourings. I haven't touched this book since 2022, so it's something that I could definitely improve on. But it's good to see your evolution as a colourist, and it'll be nice to see how I would tackle this page compared to that one. So I am going to pop a page tag in here, and maybe I will get this done for October this year and finally come back to this book because it is beautiful and I'd love to colour more in it. Okay, next book. We have number 41. 41 is A Million Llamas by Lulu Mayo. So we have A Million Llamas by Lulu Mayo. Another book I wouldn't necessarily have picked out. In terms of Lulu Mayo's books, this is one of my least favourite. I do like this one with the sunflowers. If you didn't know, I host a Lulu Mayo scavenger hunt each month. This was for the prompt, I can't remember if it was for the prompt ice cream or strawberry. I think it was for strawberry. Where I pick 4 prompts each month and I invite you to colour any Lulu Mayo page. Oh, I like this one too. I'm going to put a flag in that one. But I haven't decided what prompts I'm going to do for the month of October. So maybe that will influence what I pick from this book if I get around to colouring it. But it is a good one to have as an option, as I do like to try and get at least 1 Lulu Mayo page done a month. In a perfect world, I'd like to do 4, so 1 for each prompt. But whether that will happen, I'm not sure. Yeah, the ones that are jumping out to me is this one and that one actually, with the mushrooms, which goes well for my mushroom prompt for this month, and these sunflowers. It's almost see these llamas being in an autumnal colour palette as well, something different. So we have A Million Llamas by Lulu Mayo. Moving on to the next book. And it is 155. So another fairly recent book in my collection. Yes, Waltzes for the Seasons postcards. Let me grab that. So this is a postcard set by the wonderful Kanoko Igusa, who is fast becoming one of my favourite artists. And this is divided into seasons. So we have the spring section first, then we move into summer, autumn, and then winter. There is a particular page in here that I know I want to colour in October, and this randomiser wheel must have known that I wanted to colour it because it gave me this book randomly, and it's this one with the mice in the witches' hats, the pumpkin with all the candies inside. Definitely want to colour this. As they're quite small, I might look to see if there's anything else that jumps out at me in the autumn section, or if I just want to leave it as that one. This one is absolutely stunning. This sort of Halloween alley with a duck and a bunny walking down it, lots of pumpkins. I'm going to tag that as well. I think then we move on to the winter section, yeah. So I'm super glad the randomiser will pick this book. I think this is a definite for me to colour for the month of October. Okay, next book. And we have number 94. 94 is Disney Vitro colour by number. I'm going to skip on over that because I colour the colour by number Disney books so often. There's no point picking it as a randomised number. I do that as mindless colouring rather than proper colouring. So 123. We have Fairy Tales Pocket Edition. Ooh, I've actually got a buddy planned for this in October, so that works. Here we go. Here's the Colouring Heaven Pocket Fairy Tales. And I am fast. I'm falling in love with this book, and it's another one that I'd love to complete one day. I love fairy tale themes. I'm colouring a page in this at the moment, the Red Riding Hood page, so you will see that completed in September's video. But this is a book that I think will definitely be coloured in October. As I said, I've got a buddy planned. I really love this swan page. That's adorable. I did Puss in Boots in August. Some nice seasonal pages in this book. But yeah, the one that I have planned, I think, is the Alice in Wonderland one. So I'm going to put a flag in that to make sure that I remember to colour it. And I also want to pop a flag in this one, the Wild Swans page. I think that's adorable. Something about the knitting gets me in the mood for autumn. That is Fairy Tales Colouring Heaven Pocket Edition. These are illustrations by Selena Fenwick. Okay, next book. Been quite lucky with this wheel of picking some books that I already had an idea that I wanted to colour for the next month. Number 90. Number 90. Oh, another pocket edition. We have Magic Jars Pocket this time. Let me grab that. Here we go. This is another full book colour along by Christina from Christina's Art Corner. And this one I haven't coloured in for a while. Again, because I just haven't had the time. Now this is a perfect autumnal page. I'm going to flag that because I don't believe she's going to include the unique ones to the Colouring Heaven Pocket Edition, because this Magic Jars is a book by Colouring Book Cafe, and the first few images are exclusive to this and aren't in the big version of the book. This mouse in the teacup is also adorable. I've done this elephant with the umbrella. The mermaid one, that was back in May. Oh, this gnome one's adorable. See, again, I'm not sure what she's going to pick for October. Maybe it will be this one with the mushrooms. That gives me autumnal vibes. I believe this is the page for September. I've done this one. That was back in April. This owl one. That is lovely. I think I'll keep it as those two that I already flagged. Oh, this one as well. I'm going to flag that too, because that one's giving me autumnal vibes with the mushrooms. Yeah, so I have flagged the Fox with the Pumpkins, the Gnomes with the Mushrooms, and the Deer in the Forest. So that is Magic Jars Pocket Edition by Colouring Heaven. Let's see what's next. Hopefully not another Colouring Heaven. I haven't got very many Colouring Heavens and it's picked 3. Okay, next number, 121. So that is, ooh, Alien Worlds. Let's grab that one. So, as a lot of you will know, this is a full book buddy group that is hosted by the lovely Candice from Happy Catastrophe. She set up this group chat over on Instagram where we are all Alien Worlds explorers. And the idea is to go through in order. There's no time frame, no pressures to colour them by any point. You don't even have to do it in order if you don't want to. You can jump around. As you can see, I have skipped through to this page, The Lost Paradise. And this is definitely something that has been on my radar for the past few months. I got a bit stuck on the page, but now may be the perfect time. I wanted to come back to it for Space-Tember this month in September, but it would be a good one to finish. If I don't get to it this month, then this gives me a reason to do in October, and even doing this one would be quite fun. I'm thinking maybe like Rainbowy Rocks, as I wasn't inspired to do this page initially, so I skipped across to the full landscape. There we go, Alien Worlds by Kirby Rosanes. Next randomised book, we have 84. Mythographic Aviary. Another one I'm really glad has been picked because I saw someone coloured a page from this recently and it really inspired me. So I'm going to grab that. Here we go. I have only coloured the one page in this so far, and it is this Deer Blossom page. That was back in May. But there are some beautiful pages in this. I want to see if I can spot the one that I saw coloured recently. It was a vaguely autumnal, this one. They coloured this with an autumnal colour palette and it was just absolutely gorgeous and really inspired me. So that is getting a page flag for sure, and I'll see if anything else catches my eye. It's funny, when I'd flipped through this book before, that page never jumped out at me, but as soon as I saw someone colour it, I was like, I love it. That has been a favourite of mine for a while, the Swan. I'm feeling something autumnal in here. Ooh, we've got this owl with the books. I don't know why, but owls give me autumnal vibes. So I'm going to put a flag in that. This phoenix is lovely. Maybe that one. Okay, I think for the moment it's those 2 pages, and I'm definitely leaning towards doing this teapot house with all these sort of orange, yellows, reds, gold tones. I think it's going to look amazing, so I'm excited to have this one on my list for October. It's Mythographic Aviary by Joseph Kattenbang. Moving on. Randomising these books is so much fun. I definitely recommend you doing it. Okay, we've got book 54, and that is The Bear and the Wonderful Town. This is an uncoloured book for me. It's one of those Japanese books in the Tokimeku series. This, as I said, is uncoloured, and it is quite a detailed book, which I do enjoy detailed, but things like this double page spread would take you a million years. At least it would take me a million years with all those tiny little details. There is someone who colours these pages on Instagram. I think it's Chica, and they base their images with a yellow watercolour, and they just create the most stunning artworks in these books. Trying to look to see if anything's giving me autumnal. Ooh, this one's giving me autumnal vibes with the pumpkins and the fruits and the vegetables. I like how it's one half of this fruit and vegetable page. I'm going to pop a flag for that one. I love colouring pumpkins during October, especially the Halloween vibes. This has more of just like generic scenes of this bear family in a lovely town. Ooh, this book page is catching my eye. Something about books and libraries give me cosy vibes, which reminds me of autumn. I think that would be nice. So those are the two I have flagged, the vegetables market page and the book library page. One of those two I think I might colour from this book. This is The Bear and the Wonderful Town, illustrated by Nakao Churaka. Okay, I've picked out 10 books so far, so 5 to go. Choose new number. Let's see what is picked out next. 79. Okay, I can already tell, looking here, 79, Sirens du Monde. I will grab that book to show you, but I think I'm going to veto it for this month. Here it is, just because it's a mermaid themed book. I'm definitely not feeling mermaids in autumn. There are actually some lovely Arctic mermaids in here, which would be fun to colour in winter, but this is not giving me autumnal vibes, so I'm not going to include it this time. Maybe when it comes to December or January, I might be more inclined to colour that. So I'm going to pop that back away. And I'm going to generate a new number. That number is 130. So this will be a relatively new book. 130 is A Million Puppies by Lulu Mayo. So let's grab that one. Here we go, A Million Puppies by Lulu Mayo. This is uncoloured still, and has some lovely detailed images in this book. Once again, maybe I'll pick something from this that goes with my October Lulu Mayo scavenger hunt. I love this one with the mushroom house and the pumpkin ghost heads. I think that one's quite cute and would work well for autumn. These pages are very detailed. I do like the more detailed Lulu Mayo pages. I just find them a lot of fun to colour compared to having big empty spaces. Ooh, we've got this fun vegetable pantry with all these decorated pumpkins. I could see this with lots of different colours. That would be fun to colour for October. think so far that's all that's jumping out at me. So potentially one of those 2 pages, the dogs in the vegetable pantry, or these ones running away from the mushroom house. This one's definitely more Halloween themed, which I enjoy. That's A Million Puppies by Lulu Mayo. Next book. And we have 59. So that is Universe, Maria Trolle. Now, I haven't coloured a Maria Trolle page in ages. I wanted to focus on her this year. Well, not necessarily focus, but colour some images from her. I really like her people. Oh, this mouse one's very sweet. But there was a couple of months where I coloured a Maria Trolle page every month. I love this one. But I just haven't come back to it. I've already coloured this one in Botanicum. I loved colouring that. I loved the final result of it. Ooh. Like this with the fox and the cat. Oh, and I like these two as well. I'm just drawn to the autumnal ones in this book. Trying to find all of them. That one with the basket is very nice. Oh, got some old flags in here. Not sure what they were for or why they were tagged, but I'll just remove them now. I think this would look lovely in an autumnal colour palette, but not sure if I'm as drawn to it as the other ones. I do love that teapot house. That's one of my favourite pictures by her. So let's go back to some of them. This mouse one is one that I really like. This one I have seen coloured a bunch of times, and I think it would look equally good in an autumnal colour palette and bright blues and pinks and sort of summery colours, but I definitely see it as an autumnal page and would love to colour it as such. And I think these 2 pages as well look lovely, especially this dear girl. I love her. Imagine it with sort of a reds and oranges. I think those are the 3 that I will tag from Maria Trolle's Universe. Okay, new number. What have we got this time? It is 75. Oh, and it's picked out Mini Mania Volume 1. You know what? Let's go through the book and see if we can pick a page for October as my colour along. Let's do that together. So if you didn't know, I host a full book colour along for this book. It is #CompleteMiniMania, where I pick a page each month. Usually I will pop out 3 options over on Instagram, and I will get you to vote on which is your favourite. This was the last page I coloured, and all I have done so far is base the page with alcohol markers, and I've done a tiny bit of shading on one of the trees there. I actually love how it looks at the moment, but I just never got around to finishing it. There aren't many autumnal pages in this book. This one with the mushrooms could be. This was one of the first pages. Another one that I started and never got around to finishing. I just got a bit overwhelmed with all the details on that one. This is a lovely page. I am popping a flag into that one. It's definitely autumnal. The fox and the mushrooms. Oh, the page flag just flopped out of that one as I turned the page. Here is the page from March. This was the page for last month, I think, for August. We have this one. Has this page already been chosen? There's one that I chose as the first page in November last year and I never coloured it. It might have been this one. I need to double check that. This is the page for September. Another page which I based, or started to base and never finished. This was February's page. I can't remember if it was this page or this page that was the first one I ever picked for November last year. I believe it was this page. So I'm going to put this as a potential option for October and the mushrooms at the front as a potential. So these will be my 3 options that I will post. I will do it on my YouTube community tab this time and Instagram. So we've got the mushroom houses, the fox and bear in the mushroom forest, or the 3-tiered crates. So I'm thinking one of those for October. I will put the poll up the same day I publish this video, so keep an eye out for that on my Instagram and community tab. That's Mini Mania Volume 1. Okay, next number. I think we've only actually got 2 books left. I might do it to 20, just because I'm having so much fun making this video. 108. That is 108. Colouring book for a bright day together. I love this book. Let me grab it. Here we go. This is Colouring Book for a Bright Day Together by Stella Park. This is split up into the 4 seasons. So we start in spring, and I have coloured 1 page so far in this. My goal when I first got this book was to do a page a month. Hasn't happened. I've started this page and I love how it's turning out. I'm just taking my time with it and really enjoying the process. Here is the only one I finished. Love how it turned out. Moving into summer. I love the variety of images, and we've got some scenes. I love the way that the artist has coloured it in as well. And we also have some smaller motifs. And then here we go, the autumn section. This is where I will want to colour from in October. So we have this lovely little scene of the fox or dog, I think that's a dog, walking along a coffee shop, it looks like. We have this dog reading on the kitchen table. Oh, I like this one. The shelves. A very chilled looking dog sitting down. A kitchen scene. These 2 little doggies being served at a bakery counter. Here is the cover image, which is super fun with all of the different characters featured in the book sitting on a shelf. Oh, look at these 2 little guys. Oh, I like this one. I'm raking the leaves outside. Very autumnal. I like this one, I like the wallpaper. So those are all the autumn pages. I am going to flag this one and the one of them raking leaves. I think those are my favourites. I will do a quick flip of the winter pages as well, just in case you are interested in seeing those. This is a book, a Korean colouring book, so it is a bit harder to get your hands on, but it is absolutely stunning. And I can tell you from experience that it is a lot of fun to colour the images. I love that Christmas tree. And the paper is lovely as well. We've even got these mini posters at the back. I love this one with the ducks. It would be nice to have these framed maybe in your house, but I would never want to cut up a colouring book. So that is colouring book for a bright day together. Next book, we choose a new number, start, and we have 92. 92, always a lovely book, Therapy. Let's grab that. Here we go, Therapy. This is by Diane Dufour, and this is filled with gorgeous teddy bears in various seasonal settings. Ooh, that's fun for Halloween and this sort of costume party. I'm definitely going to find a few potential pages in this book, as it does like to go through the seasons. I think of all of the Diane Dufour books, this is my favourite by her. Don't know what it is about these little bears, but the variety of images just really appeals to me. I like this one with the acorns. Flag that one. I thought we might find some more autumnal pages in here, but they haven't so far. Got this one with the mushrooms, but that's not jumping out at me. It's one I've already coloured. And another one I've already coloured. This might be fun to do, like Halloween candy. I think the one that's jumping out to me the most is this Halloween dress-up party one. Nothing else is, in terms of the I prefer the scenes over the bears, like close up of the bears' faces, the circular design around it. But it might be fun to just do a simple autumnal colour palette with that one. I'm not sure yet. And those are some options from Therapy by Diane Dufour. Okay, those are my 15 books, but I'm going to do 5 more. I can't help myself. And having more options is never a bad thing. We've got 51 this time. And that is another Diane Dufour, Bouapa. Let's grab that. Here we go, Bouapa by Diane Dufour. And again, it has seasonal pages. This one starts off with the autumnal section. This one I had flagged because it is the September page picked out for the full book colour along for this book. That is hosted by Colourful Diary and Novellas Colouring. I love this one with the fox carrying the sort of jack-o'-lantern, you call it. I think the autumnal section is one of my favourites. I started this whip last year and it is something I would definitely like to finish. I also love these cats and pumpkins here. Maybe I'd colour that after I finish that one. This autumnal section is just so adorable. I do like this one, and the cat with the books. And then we move on to the winter section, and I will just give you the briefest of flip throughs of the rest of the book in case you are interested. I have coloured a few from here for Novella and Colourful Diaries colour along, and that was the first page I ever coloured in this book. But some really cute autumnal pages, and I think I've got some good options for October in that one. Okay, next number. We have 113. 113 is Domin's Wild Fairy Tales book. That is uncoloured for me. So here is Domin's Wild Fairy Tales book. This has a very unique art style to it, and I don't have any other book quite like it in my collection. It is one which has the coloured image on the left, where you can replicate it on the right. It is quite a thick, black, dark outlining style, which is unusual with colouring books. There's a lot of line work to it. I'm just having a look, see if there's anything that would be good for autumn. Maybe this Red Riding Hood page. I'm seeing some good ones for winter time. I had this book picked out not that long ago to potentially colour, and I never got around to it. Oh, the Beauty and the Beast one. That's calling my name. Let's pop a flag in that. Not really any autumnal ones that I can see. Some lovely spring, summery and wintry ones, but not necessarily autumnal. Goldilocks and the Three Bears does remind me of autumn though. We've got a few mushrooms in the background, so I'm going to flag that as a potential. There we go. There was another one near the start that I quite liked, the Red Riding Hood. That was it. I'm going to pop a flag in that one as another potential to colour. That is Domin's World Fairy Tales. It would be great to get a page coloured in this book for October, as it is an untouched book. Okay, next book. And we have 159. That is a recent book that I've purchased. And it is, good one, 50 Autumn Miniatures. Here we go, 50 Autumn Miniatures by Camellia Angelcova. This is one of her earlier books that I just never purchased before now. And I thought with the autumn season, it would be the perfect time to colour it. I love Camellia Angelcova's books, and I like using Yolanda, Colouring by Kamama's scavenger hunt prompts to help me choose pages to colour. This one I think is adorable. So I may choose a page or two to colour in this book that correlates with the prompts that she'll pick for October. But I'll just flag some that catch my eye in the meantime. I love this one with the cats and the pumpkins. Got to put a flag on that one. This is one of her older books, as I said, and the line work is a little bit thinner compared to some of her later ones. Must have been some feedback that she received and responded to. As we all know, these have the tendency to bleed. I like this one for the Halloween season, like that. but there's a lot of pages in here that I love. I love colouring autumnal themes. This is the cover. That would be fun to maybe recreate. Let's pop a flag in that as well. So we've got 4 pages flagged in this book to colour. The title page, the ghost pumpkins page, the cats in the pumpkins, and this adorable sleeping squirrel. So that is 50 autumn miniatures. Then our penultimate book, we have number 42. And that is, nope, not going to colour in that. That's A Million Mermaids. I like to colour in that one during the summer season, May in particular. So I'm going to veto that. Instead, we have 23. Oh no, another one that I will veto. It's Matchstick Mouse Springtime, an amazing book, but I will not be colouring in it for the autumn season. Third time lucky. We've got 154. Another newer book that I've bought. Oh my gosh, yes. So happy. Story of Precious Cats. So here it is. This is Nelko Neko's Story of Precious Cats. This is a book that I've had my eye on for a while, and it wasn't until I went to Zoe's house and flipped through her book that I knew that I needed to finally get my hands on it. Another book which is separated by the seasons, which you know I love. I'm going to quickly flip through the spring and the summer section until we get to the autumn one, as I think I will want to do one of the autumnal pages. Here we go. So we've got this adorable little design on the side here for maybe a quicker colouring. I love this one and that one, sort of Alice in Wonderland inspired. There's a few Alice in Wonderland inspired images in this book, but this one with the pumpkins and the corn, it's just a perfect autumnal page. Zoe coloured this and it looked amazing. She used glossy accents on the eyes, which I was obsessed with. Not sure if I will colour that this year because I am doing the Kanoko Agusa Halloween spread with Zoe. I do love the alchemist cat here. I'm going to flag that. Look, another couple of Alice in Wonderland inspired pages. Love the Eat Me one. And a whole double page spread. And then we're on to the winter section. I think I'm definitely more drawn to this and potentially the Halloweeny one as an option to colour for October. Let me quickly flick through the rest of the winter pages, just in case you are curious. There are some gorgeous ones in here. Yeah. So happy to finally have this in my collection and happy that the wheel spun it in. Okay, let's pick the final book as an option to colour for October. We have 82. Seasonal Wreaths of Plants and Friends. This is one of my favourite books in my colouring collection. It's seasonal. It's Makiko Inotome, who illustrated the Wild Mouse Yururi book. The only thing I don't like is it's a lot thinner than the other books in this series. It just means you've got less colouring time in it, but I love absolutely every single page in this. I have done a couple. Did one for Easter time. And I was thinking about this literally today, that I hadn't coloured in this book for a while and it would be fun to pick it up for autumn. The wheel must have known. because it randomly picked it out. Here we go, the autumn section. This is a very cute little motif here. Got apple pie, cosmos, some books and whatnot. We've got a kind of witchy themed one, Halloween inspired. Got a little wild mouse Ururi there. Autumn plants into a magic pot. These are both lovely pages. And then that's into winter. Picking just one out of all of these pages is going to be tricky. I love this one. I'm going to pop a flag in that. And I think it would be good to do maybe the Halloween one, although I love this as well. The flag goes for both of them. I'm not as drawn by these two. I do love this smaller design here. Maybe if I run out of time, I could quickly squeeze that one in towards the end of the month. But there we have it. These are the books that were randomly selected by the randomizer wheel for the month of October 2024. I will grab the stack and go over the books with you. We had Seasonal Wreaths of Plants and Friends by Makiko Inotome, Nelko Neko's Story of Precious Cats, 50 Autumn Miniatures by Camellia Angelkova, Domin's World Fairy Tales, Bouapa and Nooner Therapy by Diane Dufour, Colouring Book for a Bright Day Together by Stella Park, Mania Volume 1 by Gabby Wolfe, Maria Trolle's Universe, A Million Puppies by Lulu Mayo, The Bear in the Wonderful Town by, I can never pronounce the name, Nakao Chiwaka, Mythographic Aviary by Joseph Kattenbang, Alien Worlds by Kirby Rosanes, Magic Jars and Fairy Tales Colouring Heaven Pocket Editions, Kanoko Agusa's postcard book Waltzes for the Seasons, A Million Llamas by Luna Mayo, Enchanted Forest by Johanna Basford, Alice in Wonderland Special by Colouring Heaven, and finally Spooky by Sarah Shevchik. So there we have it, 20 books that I have piled up and flagged as potentials to colour for the month of October 2024. Please let me know in the comments below which book you'd like to see me colour in the most, which books. I'm not sure what I'm most excited for. There's a lot of great picks here. There's still some others that I definitely think I might try and tackle in the month of October, especially ones which are autumnal themed books like Matchstick Mouse Autumn. We've got Autumn Charm by Creative Haven. I will want to try and get a page done in that. And there's some other ones, maybe Halloween pages, that I might try and squeeze in as well. So let me know what you'd like to see me colour, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone!